So what we're going to do is go ahead and just bring some footage in. So you could have your footage already in a file, or you could bring it in from an SD card, or your camera, or your phone, whatever device you use to record. So I already have mine dragged in. So what you're going to do is go ahead and launch the Imovie app on your computer. Now if you don't have this, you can have a movie maker app also on the PC. And if you don't see it on your dock, it's usually in your launchpad. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the top and create a new movie. What you're usually going to do is select a no theme. So it gives you freedom to design it and make it a little bit more personal. Here you're going to name your movie, so we'll call ours Our Film. Now what you have is a clean project with the title of your project, and here is all the videos and pictures you've imported into your iMovie. So we're going to go ahead and pop this image or this video into the iMovie. This tool right here allows you to zoom into your project so you can get a little bit more detail in, or if you want to zoom out to look at the entirety of your project as well. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of give it a medium zoom. One of the first things that is very important to learn with editing is titles. With iMovie, you would go to your content library, which you have all these options here, and you go to titles. From here you can choose the animation of title that you'd like. So you're going to go ahead and choose one. You can put it at the beginning of your film, or you can put it on top of the footage. So let's say we want it on top. Now it gives us an option to edit whatever the title is. So we're going to have ours as Our Film again. And I can just delete this bottom since I won't be using it. This also allows you to edit your font, the sizing of your font, and the colors, whether it's bold, italic. So it gives you a few options. And you're going to go ahead and press that blue button once you're done. This also allows you to adjust how long you have your title up. So you can see the numbers kind of here changing. So you'll just drag, you'd click and drag. So you can have it at 7 seconds, you can have it at 5 seconds. So I usually primarily like to have my titles at 5 seconds. You have that right there playing. Also, to play and pause on iMovie, you press the space bar, which is very important throughout your editing. So now that we have that out of the way, another thing that's very important with editing is how to cut. Now, I usually use shortcuts. So you're going to use this little divider and find exactly where you want to clip. So let's say I want to clip right at this scene right here. I would click that, Command B, and there you go. I would have my clip clipped right there. And then I would go ahead and be like, I want to end my clip right there. Go ahead and click that, Command B. So now what I have is a solid clip. And from there I could be like, hey, I don't want the rest of this, delete. I don't want the rest of this, delete. And I have my one clip right there. Also, if I want to bring back things, I go ahead and press Command Z. Command Z. And there's my footage. Another important editing tool is to, mute your footage. So let's say you want to put some music on top and not have the audio from your footage. You would go ahead and go to the audio bar right at the bottom of your video, and you'll see this little arrow going up and down, and it's to adjust your volume. So you go ahead and you just drag it to the bottom at 0%, which is basically just muted your clip. So you can do that for all of it. And there you go. Another option is usually sometimes you'll have a visual but want the audio transferred to another visual. So what you do for that is go ahead and right click and detach audio. So now the visual and the audio are two different clips. So I can take the audio from this and drag it here, which is often used when you're doing narrations. So we're going to go ahead and Command Z that. Another thing that's really important is the editing of your visual. It allows you also to crop. So let's say you want the image a little closer. You go ahead and use that crop fill and go ahead and press that blue button. And there you go. You have it cropped. And the entire clip is cropped. Another option you have with that is Ken Burns, which allows you to start somewhere and end somewhere. So this gives you more of a panning effect, which I like. And you go ahead and set that. So you'll see throughout the whole video, it'll go from a zoomed in look to slowly kind of zooming out into the corner, which is really cool. Go ahead and go back to fit. Another important tool is how to copy and paste. So you'd go ahead and say Command C on your clip. Go ahead and put your precision and Command V to paste. So there you go, that's a Command V to paste. Also, if you want to adjust the speed of your video, you go ahead and right click, go to Show Speed Editor. You go ahead and take this, you're going to see a black bar at the top and it's going to have this little dial. So if you want a slow motion effect, you usually pull out, and if you want a fast forward effect, you usually pull in. A great indicator is the little icon that you'll see. So if you go in, you'll see a rabbit, if you can tell. That's when you're pulling in, and when you're pulling out, you'll see a turtle, which I really like, and it makes it really simplistic. So another thing in your content library is transitions. So let's say you want a cross blur transition. You'd go ahead and grab that transition and put it in between the two clips that you want the transition to appear. So if we go ahead and play that, we'll see that cross blur as a transition. Now let's say you don't want that, you just click it and go ahead and press the delete key. Now let's say I want something a little bit more different. I go ahead and now watch that one called Cube, which allows the video to give a little bit of an animation. So go ahead and delete that. Another thing is credits when you have the ending of your clip. So it's usually just placed in your titles, and you'll go here and go into scrolling credits. You just click, drag at the end, and then it'll allow you to edit the details of the name and the description and the title of your film, which is really easy, and then you go ahead and just press that blue button. So another thing that's really important to mention is how to bring music into your clip. So usually an iTunes could be connected to your computer. So we have some iTunes music here. And I could just grab one of them and just drag it to the bottom of the clip. To mute, you just drag that line down right at the bottom. So just so we don't have any audio from our video playing when we have the music playing. So this would be an example. So you can hear the music now with the visual. So there you go. If you don't want that song anymore, you can just go ahead and delete and choose a different song. Another cool thing is the sound effects, which is really important sometimes when you're making, quirky skits, or you want to make something a little bit more funny and create that atmosphere. So the cool thing about the sound effects is if you go ahead and click effects, it'll just mix all these subcategories together. But if you have something specific in mind, it's usually better that you select your specific category. So let's say I'm looking for animal sounds. I'd go ahead into the animal file and go ahead and take a listen. So that's a cow move. I just go ahead and drag it, just like for the music, and just drag it where I want it to be. So let's say I want it right at the beginning of the video. Usually wouldn't do that, but there's a lot of options. You can also even create ambiance if you want sounds of hard rain, traffic, thunder. It's really cool because it sets that movie feel. So the next important thing is how to export your final video. So you go ahead and you go to File, Share, File again, and you have your title again just to confirm, and you go ahead and say Next. And then it tells you where are you going to be saving this file. So we want to be saving it on desktop. Go ahead and say Save. So this white circle is going to come up, and you're going to wait for this white circle to fill up. It's kind of like a pie graph. Once it fills up, it basically has successfully exported your film, and it's going to send you a notification saying your film has been successfully exported. Would you like to watch it now? You go ahead and watch it just to see if there's any glitches, if there's any issues with audio, especially if you're going to be using this in a presentation. You want to look over your footage after exporting. So our circle has cleared, meaning it's successfully exported. So usually what I do is I just wait for that notification to pop up. So there you go. That's the notification where it says share successful. Exporting our film was successful. So it allows you to watch your video now. So if you press show, it'll show you where the file is exactly. So we have it in our desktop, and then it's an MP4, which is usually compatible with, sharing it onto platforms like YouTube, Instagram. So we go ahead and awesome, there's our film. How to share your film now onto YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and click upload, which is usually right there beside the user. And let's say I want my video to be private opposed to public, which is usually the default setting. I go ahead and just click it and scroll down to private, and then click that button with the arrow, and it'll allow me to go and pull up my video, which is right there. I'm going to go ahead and say open. And there you go, it's uploading. Once it's done, you just go ahead and press that done button, and your video is successfully uploaded to the interwebs. I hope this tutorial was beneficial and easy to understand.